Well, I'm out here to try it, see if I get any more blown primers. At the target's about 300 yards. You probably can't see it, but there's a big storm. Cloud really rose up quick. Almost sounds like artillery in the distance. I can't believe that I can hear the lightning from that as far away as it is. That's a big mean storm right there. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's just a constant, it sounds like a constant shelling, but it's clearly lightning. There's the artillery range over there, but it's not what that is. Anyway, so I put the shorter firing, or the firing pin that had the shortest protrusion from the old bolt. Other than that, I've done nothing. And see, I got this gun a number of years ago. I got it for $550. It came with the original scope. This is a Russian scope, but it came with the Romanian LPS scope. It came with 5 of these magazines, and it came with 440 rounds of ammo. Turned out I needed another bolt for it, so I wound up getting a bolt and a carrier. And that pretty much fixed it up until recently. It's been running great for years. I wound up getting 2 more mags. I've got 7 mags total, and I had to weld and file, play with them. Some of them were really rusted, split. I got them all running now. They all seem to run fine. There's one I need to adjust a little bit. I need to make it go up. Sometimes it'll override the rounds. But the other 6 work great. It's had the wings ground off the bayonet lug. You could put a bayonet on it and it won't come off, but it wiggles around a little bit too much. It's got the screw-on muzzle brake. It's a bit loose. I wonder if that affects accuracy. I'm sure it does a little bit. And probably how concentric this is with the bore, I would imagine it can push bullets. This thing makes it a lot louder. It's not a brake. I see people call it like a muzzle brake or compensator. It's a flash hider. It has it all around. It's even. Blast comes out of it pretty evenly, and it's really loud coming off this and off that off the windshield. Rings my left ear pretty good, even with the plugs. Well, I'm not gonna film shooting it. I need to concentrate. Well, I'll try to film one shot since there's probably a little oil in the barrel. I'll film the fouling shot. I can barely see the screen on the phone. Sun's shining right on it. Well, there was some smoke coming out of it, but that's probably just because of the oil. I hope. It flings the shells pretty good too. Unsurprisingly, it's hot. Man, that still doesn't look good. Damn, this really sucks. I really like this gun. Well, I'll fire the last 3 in. Well, I should have grabbed the phone, and so a bunch of smoke came pouring out of it. But I was too disappointed. It did it again. I was smart enough this time not to try to fire it again. Otherwise the firing pin will get jammed. That piece of metal went down into the firing pin channel. You can see it's just too much space around it. must still be metal in there. The firing pin's barely moving around. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe make the firing pin fatter somehow. Weld it up and file it. File it down and maybe weld up the back end longer and move the whole thing forward. I could weld it up and make it so that the firing pin can't fall back like that, so it always has to support the primer. I don't know. It's really sad though. What a cool gun. And what'll happen is when the primer blows out like that, you'll get a ton of smoke will just pour out of the receiver, white smoke everywhere. And it's kind of like with the first shot when you have oil in the gun, you got oil up in the gas system, and it'll burn off, smoke will come out of here, you have some smoke coming out back here, but a lot more. Maybe we can just bury it at sea. Fly the Romanian flag real quick. Leave it out here in the desert. Well, I didn't do that great either. I only hit it once right here. I thought I was going to shoot to the right. I didn't realize it was going to shoot that much to the right. The others must have gone off the side. I heard it hit something and it was hit this T-post. Blow a chunk off of it. Oh, I found this in the desert too. That day I found a 1022 magazine. This thing was clearly abandoned. You could tell it had been laying up the side of a hill for quite a while. That's funny, on the instructions it says you could shoot it with a 44 Magnum, but don't shoot it with 22 rimfire, BB guns, or pellets. See, unlike those other places that are all trash, I've shot here for years. Thousands of rounds. There's not a lick of trash. And nobody's, or more than likely, nobody's going to be coming down these roads. This isn't like a public road. Just for the water line. I guess I could get another firing pin for that PSL. I know I saw someplace sells a titanium one. If I could get it where the actual part that protrudes was thicker and I could sand it down myself to the right diameter, that might work. It's probably not like that though. So I've got two firing pins. I think I'm going to try two different things with them. Make one of them not, I don't know what you'd call it, but fall back into the bolt and leave the primer unsupported. I'm going to make it so that it stays forward and supports the primer. And maybe the other one, try to weld it up and make it thicker.